Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to another unboxing and review. Today is a special day because I get to unbox and review my first SCX car. And this is my first SCX car since 2005, which is when I had my SCX digital track. And that was before I got rid of my whole SCX collection. So, let's get into it. Alright, so let's start at the top. So this car comes in a regular jewel case, just like Carrera cars do. It's got SCX branding all over it, as you can see here. To unbox it, just gotta pull off the base here. There's two tabs. There's a tab here that you press in, and there's a tab on this side that you press in. And when you do that, the top will slide off. And then the car itself is bound by this plastic sticky wrap. So we're going to take that off. I probably butchered that opening, but hey, it's my first SCX. And it was a little bit, not confusing, but took me a little time. But anyway, here we go. So this is the SCX, come off its base. Okay, so yeah, that's the car off its, with the top off. And we can see it in all its glory on the stand. So it's got the SCX branding right on the base here. It's got the SCX branded right on the back wall there. All right, so we're back. Just note that this thing, to remove it, you will need some sort of flat object, either a screwdriver, or I just used a little quarter here. And it will turn and the car will come off the base. So that's how you release it. If you're from Carrera, it's a little bit different. That's a little screw off. This one is a little tab off. So it comes, you turn it and then the car will pop off the base. Well, I kind of botched that unboxing. Let's get into the car itself. That's what we're here for. That's what we like to do. That's what we came to see. All right, so this is the car right off the base. Very simple car, very beautiful livery. It is got this nice kind of deep red finish to it. I love the matte black bonnet here. It's got kind of like the hood scoop and a little bit of a shaker hood here. Look and feel very, very muscle-esque. I love the way the rear wheels tuck into the body a little bit and the front as well. Gives it a really nice squat stance. I love the side exit exhausts here from the driver's side. You can see the driver in there in his all white jumpsuit with the yellow helmet. You get the Cuda badging on the back with a little bit of the American livery in the back there. And you get these nice side markers as well on the front and the rear. Taken to the front, it's a very iconic look. Very Cuda-esque, which it is. And you get to see the old kind of like the Dodge and Plymouth Charger kind of front end looks from the 70s. You get that nice divided down the front of the nose here. And then you get this beautiful like front diffuser that kind of drops off from the chrome bumper to the floor. So it kind of gives it that low drag effect. Really iconic look, very typical of Mopar muscle of that era as well. And currently as well, I think the new Challenger has a lot of styling that is in line with the Cuda here. When we look at the back, you get that iconic rear end, a little duck spoiler at the back here that comes up and just lifts off the edge of that bonnet, that rear bonnet there. So really nice looking car, very smooth finish, not a lot of not a lot of aero on it, but very nice, slim, sleek looking car. So let's open it up and let's have a look at the insides. So it's got the double braid system, typical to Carrera. I haven't seen an SCX setup before, or I don't even remember the ones that I had in the 2005. So this would be very interesting for me to undo it. There's 1, 2, 3 screws that I need to take off. All right, so something that you will note, and this has been done with SCX for since the very beginning. I remember this is all the power to the cars, to the lights, all runs off this kind of brass or copper railing system. It's really clever. It doesn't have any wires. It doesn't have a wire mess going through the car. It's all done with this copper system, which is really phenomenal. You can see that this car has lights, so you can see the LED light bar there, and one more here, and the copper plates that go all the way across. You can see that it's a fully sealed cockpit, so you can't see into the cockpit at all from the inside. This is fully sealed. Pretty lightweight, yeah, really nice looking. I love the look of these SCXs, especially the way they do the interiors. This is an inline motor configuration. I'm not too sure about the gearing here. I will look it up and let you guys know. But once again, just look at the braid system. It's amazing. The fact that it has no wires is just, to me, it's really cool. And it's more innovative, I think. And I wish more companies did it this way. It would be a lot harder to work on, I guess. But I like it. So, it's very simple. Inline motor. Beautiful. You can see the staggered setup between the front and rear wheels. These are not fully axle front ends. So, this front end is loose, just like the 300 SEL that we reviewed from Carrera earlier. Other than that, it looks like all plastic wheels and tires, so everything is plastic, front and rear. It does have a pretty strong magnet. It's pulling down onto the track pretty hard, but gearing and mesh looks really good. So we're going to oil this up, put it together, and put it on the track, and we'll be back off the track side. Guys, welcome back from trackside. We just put the Cuda through its paces. There you go, focusing in. And we got some good results. Let's take a look. So when we look at the results here, we see that the Cuda did DDT at 4.264 seconds. So how does that stack up? Let's take a look. So I consider this car to be a production car. So it's not really a GT3 car or a race car. It is a race car in the AAR series, yes. But stylings and compared to GT3s would not be fair. However, we see that it came with a 4.264. which puts it in the 23rd position out of 60 cars that I've tested so far. It's pretty good. Straight out of the box, it has a pretty decent performance. It sits in line with the Scalextrics and the Carreras, which is where it needs to compete. It's not an NSR, so definitely not going to get the NSR numbers. couple of issues that I felt was it was a little bit rough on the track, and that I think is because as the car skips, sometimes it loses contact. But I think this is my first SCX. I haven't really run a lot before, so I just need to do some work on the car. So it was straight out of the box. We put it on track, right? So let me give you my final thoughts. My final thoughts on the car are as follows. Number one, great to have this kind of content to play with as a stock car fan. American Muscle is not very well represented, and a lot of work has gone into making this car possible. Now, I am by no means any expert in stock cars, and my unboxing of this car, I think, was rough. So if you want to see someone who was really instrumental in making of this project happen, really knows how to tear down this car, break down all its components, you should watch Dave Kennedy's review on this car, and I'll post the link below because he really knows this car inside out. As for me, first time user of an SCX car in a long time, I had a pretty decent time with it. The weight was amazing. I mean, let's take a look at the weight here. It's at 78 grams. It's almost, 1/3 less the weight of a Carrera car, which is amazing. It's pretty lightweight. As for the drivetrain, I think it just needs some work. I think I need to just do a little bit more work on it. The gear mesh is a little bit rough. But all in all, it was a great car, a great experience to drive. Like I said, awesome content for a stock car enthusiast like myself, a collector. It's a great addition to the collection. So 2 thumbs up for this car. And if you can get one, get one. It's really awesome. So that concludes my review of this car. We have a lot more reviews coming up, a lot more American Muscle content for this month of March. We got to call it Muscle March. And if you like this kind of content, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Check that bell notification because I release this kind of content every week. Other than that, guys, I hope you're having fun, keeping your car on rails. And until next time, take care, guys.